So here we've got roots of equations questions. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this one. So one way, which is probably the most common used by students from the college in the exam, was to use the fact that the sum of the roots is -3/1. The sum in pairs is going to be -8. The product of the roots is going to be -6, and then do the same for new pairs, for new roots, okay, and use some algebra to turn it into terms in terms of this. We might have a look at that one later, but the one that I think that was quickest and easiest with this one, which I want to show you, is to use the one where we write a formula for the roots and then put that into our cubic equation, because you can see that all the roots have been transformed by subtracting 1. Okay, so if we're going to do that, it wants it in the form W, so we use the letter W. We can say that our roots of W are the roots of X take away 1. So therefore X is W plus 1, and we can substitute this into our equation for X. So and now we can just use the binomial expansion, it's only a cubic, to expand this. So it's going to be 1, 3, 3, 1 as the coefficients. This is just then a quadratic, so we can quite easily expand that as well. This is then just linear. Right, and then it's just a case of combining all the terms together, and you can quite quickly get to this, and making sure you remember the equals 0. If you use the alternative method here, we use the information to do with the roots. Okay, so this is an alternative, you don't do both. Right. So then we've got to do the sum of the new roots. Right, and work out what that's going to be. So that's going to be alpha plus beta plus gamma. Subtract 3, and alpha plus beta plus gamma, we know from earlier, is -3. Okay. Then we've got to do the sum of the pairs. So alpha minus 1 times beta minus 1 plus. Okay. And then you have to do a little bit of multiplying out and expanding, and you can discover that that's the sum of the original roots in pairs. Take away 2 lots of sum of the original roots plus 3 and get that to 1. And then you do the product of the new roots. Okay, and subbing all the bits, so the product was -6, the sum in pairs was -8, the sum was -3, take away 1, and that gives you -2, and then you have to put it back into the cubic, which will be W cubed minus the sum of the new roots plus the sum in pairs times W minus the product equals 0. So that's using that there, that goes there, and this goes there, remembering the negative, positive, negative. But as you can see, that takes much longer just to write, never mind actually do. So this is my preferred method for this question when the roots are all scaled in the same way.